Quiz 1, question 46. What is the range of given function? Maybe we don't know this function as a parent function, so we can apply some logic. Inside of a square root should be greater than or equal to 0. If I solve, the possible values of x will be which are equal or greater than -1/3. I know that it will be a curve. I can use some values, some points like point plotting. -1/3 instead of x, if I write, it will be it will be 0, and 0 times number is 0. If I write 0, 1 times -2 is -2. I don't want to deal with numbers that I don't know, so I prefer writing 5, 15 plus 1, 16, root of 16, 4, -8. So if I use the given values, I am going to get a graph like this. And don't forget, range is related with the y, and the graph will be drawn by using these numbers on y. So from -∞, 0 is answer. Question 47, there is sum of two functions, and our question is about finding domain. To find the domain of two functions which are attached by plus and minus, the logic is find domain of first function, domain of second function, and intersection region will be domain of function which is given in the question. Domain 1 is finding domain of root of x. Domain of root of x will be inside should be greater than or equal to 0. To find the second domain, my function is 1 minus x. Logic is the same. 1 minus x should be greater than or equal to 0. 1 greater than or equal to x means x less than or equal to 1. And I am going to find intersection region of the two domains. There is 0 from the first, there is 1 from the second. The first one is 0 and numbers greater than 0. The second domain is equal to 0 and less than, equal to 1 and less than 1. The region which is shaded twice will be the intersection region, intersection of D1, D2. It will be the region between 0 and 1, which are both close. So answer is A. Domain of f of -x. We know in the reflection part, you can say -x should be greater than or equal to 0. Inside expression should be greater than or equal to 0. So if I multiply by -1 or divide by -1, x is less than or equal to 0. Numbers equal 0, less than 0 will be, but 0 is included. So answer is B. Or you may also think like this: the graph of root of -x, if it is graph of root of x, it is the graph of negative root of -x. So domain is from -∞, 0. Question 49, the two functions is given as an addition, and I am going to use the previous logic. To find the domain, I need intersection of each domain. Domain of first function, it is radical. Inside expression should be greater than or equal to 0. And by the time, if x squared is the first term, logic is region less solution, or region greater solution will be domain of first function. Domain of second function, x squared plus 1, x squared plus 1 is always greater than or equal to 0, so I can say domain is all real numbers, and intersection of them will be A. The last question in this quiz 1, find the domain of twice of root of x plus 3 over x squared. We can think it is like composition of two functions. I mean, there are two functions here. First of all, according to numerator, inside of root should be greater than or equal to 0. And because of denominator, there is x squared, denominator should be different than 0. And then I am going to take the composition of them. I mean, intersection of them. X plus 3 greater than or equal to 0 means x is greater than or equal to negative 3, x greater than or equal to negative 3, and x squared different than 0 means x is different than 0. The intersection region, I mean normal number line, is like this: minus 3 equal to minus 3 and greater than minus 3, but 0 is in this region, so except 0. What are we going to say? The numbers from negative 3 to infinity except 0 is answer. It was the last question of quiz 1.